of OTB Open in a roundabout way, because there's another 3 holes that went down in a different sport, golf. I'm assuming you watched the playoff, the PGA Championship.
No, I was playing.
Oh, you're playing, but you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it or anything.
I was on hole 15.
Oh, well, that sucks. I was watching it.
Well, there was a huge backup during it. So we're literally on hole 15. Had one of the bigger backups just because of the way the hole was set up.
Yeah,
but I'm like on my phone, like trying to refresh to see what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
Because again, like at that point in time, my round had, it was pretty brutal out there.
So
I had some free time on my hands.
Yeah, it was a pretty thrilling finish. I was watching disc golf on the TV and then was watching golf on my phone, but my eyes were glued to golf because they were in a playoff. So, no offense to disc golf, but it was a little more interesting.
That guy was just, he couldn't handle the pressure.
The guy that lost. What was his name? No,
not the guy in the playoff.
No, the one that didn't make the playoff.
Yeah.
Because all he had to do was par. All he had to do was par 18. Bogey, it got him in the playoff. Ended up doubling. But they had an aggregate playoff, which I think we had talked about a while ago, but I finally got to witness it.
Yeah, it's the only major that does aggregate. The other 3 majors, US Open does. You come back the next day and play all 18 holes again. Yeah,
that's what Trevor. Well, I thought Trevor said they just got rid of that. I don't know. Either way, Trevor's telling me about that.
Did they?
I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but Trevor's just telling me about that.
Oh, and then I think the other 2 are sudden death.
Yeah, because essentially what ended up happening in this one is they both birdied 1. Justin Thomas birdied 2, and then so he had a 1-stroke lead going into the final 3, which I think they ended up doing 16, 17, 18, I believe.
No, 13.
13. They finished on 18. 13, 17, 18. Yeah, so they picked the 3.
Someone said, they got rid of it.
They get rid of the 18 hole.
So
fascinating.
So are all 3 just sudden deaths now, Silas?
Minus the aggregate. I would assume. I mean, Silas doesn't know. He if the chat tells him.
He can do some research real quick. He's got a computer that knows every answer in front of him.
All right, I can hear him typing. He's typing.
Yeah.
Dang, he's typing fast. You got.
Is he actually typing?
No, he didn't type a word. He was just faking it. I'll type for you, Brodie. I got this.
US Open playoff.
Someone said it's a 2-hole aggregate.
It's a 2-hole
US
aggregate.
Open.
I just Googled it. 2-hole aggregate. So low score after 2 holes. If 2 or more players are still tied after those 2 holes, it goes to sudden death. So same thing that we just witnessed, but 2 holes instead of 3 holes. Anyways, whole reason I brought this up is because it was absolutely thrilling. And the 3 holes they chose were what made it thrilling, because like 17 was a drivable par 4, and then Justin stepped up first, put it on the green. Who's the other guy in the playoff?
Zalatoris.
He swung it a little wide right. He and ended up basically like
swung it a little wide.
That's a disc golf term brought to golf. You're welcome. Swung it wide right and ended up basically almost OB. I don't know. It was just thrilling. It was thrilling. And I was thinking though, is this something that would make any specific disc golf tournament more exciting? And if so, which one?
Worlds.
Well, the only thing that I was thinking was the issue is you need a course that it sets up well for. And with rotating courses, if you have I guess it's still going to make it exciting in general, even if it's a course it doesn't. Because you could do USDGC, you could do some type
Worlds,
of loop.
You could literally do 16, 17, 18.
Well, but you don't know the course.
Well, at the 4, I'm talking about the 4.
Yeah. So I guess you can decide based on the course.
3 holes.
Yeah, but you want it to be somewhat of a easy to get to from 18 and a good little bit of loop.
13 to 17 a little bit of a how long was that between those 2 holes when you were watching?
Well, they hopped them on golf carts. So I mean, we had one commercial break and we were back.
They basically told the spectators, you better run if you want to see this playoff.
Probably. Because that's in my head, I immediately went to USDGC just because it's always at the same course, so it's easy for me to just think through. And I was thinking it would be a walk, but if you did 5, 17, 18.
5, 17, 18.
Yeah. The walk 2-5 would be a little long for spectators, and then the walk up to 17 would be a little long. But you go 5, 17, 18 and see where you're at, and that's thrilling.
But realistically, you can watch 5 from 17, 18.
That's true. You could have the spectators on the hillside of 18, and they'd be able to watch 5.
Yeah, they just watch it from there.
That's true. That's a perfect spot. Yeah, because that would be so thrilling. Because like the playoff right now, the format is you go back to 18, then you go to 1, 17, 18 loop, but it's just sudden death. And so 18, it's a tough hole.
No, they did 1. They did 1 here.
He didn't go back to. They didn't go back to 18 first. They go straight to 1.
No, they did.
Oh, that's old then.
Remember
2014? They went back to 18.
Straight to 1, and Kyle like missed the gap and laid up. And
I knew that was where it ended. But the old, it must have been. I'm thinking when Johnny McRae, Will Schuster, 2014, they went back to 18, then 1. But regardless, it's that loop there.
I like 5, 17, 18. That's a great loop.
I think that'd be pretty thrilling to go to aggregate because then you're guaranteed 3 holes of golf. If we go back to Paul and Kyle, they go into a playoff and Paul loses 1 on 5 and then gains 2 on 17, and now he's up 1 going into 18. It's just like the same thing that you just witnessed during the round of like everyone's got to make clutch plays, and if it doesn't happen, then you go to the sudden death. I don't know. It made the playoff for that major. It was a major, right? The PGA Championship? Yeah. PGA. It made that playoff for the major, I think, in my opinion, way more interesting. Because even when it would have been over on the second hole in when a normal sudden death, but like you still had the pressure of like it's not over. He's still got to execute 18, which is what the guy just lost the tournament on just a few 20 minutes before that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if the other majors don't. Like, I definitely see more tournaments going towards that than a sudden death, because it's like you just played 72 holes.
Yeah.
And after 72 holes, you tied, and now you're just gonna. Now, obviously, the drama and all that stuff, I get it from 1 hole. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But as far as like fairness of like trying to give it to the best person, 3 probably makes a little bit more sense than 1.
Yeah, or even
kind of fluky.
Yeah, even U.S. Open going to 2 is interesting because it at least guarantees you got 2 holes, because like it just makes you execute more shots essentially, and you're guaranteed you're going to have to execute X amount of shots, probably 2 par 4s, I would imagine. But
that's my whole argument on why I don't think par 3 courses should be on the Pro Tour.
You just had to execute more shots.